All right. It says I'm live. That's a heck of a thumbnail, isn't it? Is any gosh, this is a crazy day. This is a crazy day. Yeah. Okay. I don't know if it's my computer or what. Golly. Hello again. All right. How am I doing now? Am I coming across all right? Bet it's my streaming software. And if it is, boy, that would be a pain in the batonkus, huh? All right. Yeah, I just thought nobody had shown up to my first stream, but my first stream, I guess, was by the time I went back and watched it, I was like, holy moly, I wouldn't even watch that. So I didn't blame anybody. So yeah, we're talking about Mardi Gras. And anger posted on all my social media, and I had to go back and delete all that because I was like, I'm sure people just couldn't watch the dang Mardi Gras mask. And this, I'm going to take this off here because it keeps falling off anyway. This is my Mardi Gras hat. Some buffering. Yeah, that's weird because I'm paying for the good internet, so I don't know. I don't know unless it's the snow. Our snow, I posted a little short about it, and yeah, it was horrible. I have some beads. I'll throw some beads for you to catch. Yeah. So it sounds like it was my streaming software that was causing the issue, which it does sometimes. Yeah, I use Streamlabs OBS, but I've thought about switching. But anyway, I didn't really have anything planned for today anyway. Tough stuff going on for everybody. You know, with Pete, you know, everybody's praying for Pete, sending thoughts to Pete. You know, he's going through a rough time. Yeah, and other than that, I mean, it's a rough time for everybody in different ways. And I guess since we're talking about healing through art, you know, I want to bring up a feeling that people have, you know, that you might be going through a tough time, but then you hear about somebody else who's going through something you think is terrible and horrible, like Pete. I'll use myself as an example because I feel like, well, you know, he's going through so much. My stuff is minuscule compared to that. But it's not fair to Pete or to us to treat ourselves that way. Yes, Pete's going through something that is life-changing and horrible and terrible and wonderful, and it breaks my heart, but my problems I have are just as real. And I need to remember that, you know, I'm not being a big wimp or a big baby when I recognize my own troubles that I'm going through. And I'll share why this is an extremely hard week for me. I don't like Valentine's Day. I never have. I think it's commercial. You know, now that's not to minimize other people who do love Valentine's Day and have wonderful times on Valentine's Day, and they mean and it means wonderful things to them. To me, it's never been a positive day in my life. But also the 19th, well, the 18th is the anniversary of my late husband's passing. And that's another reason why Pete going through stuff hits so hard is I pray for more for his wife and his kids than I do for him. He's going to be fine. He's got this. But his wife and kids, I know what it feels like to be a family to someone who is critically ill. I've lost both my parents, both my grandparents, and my late husband. And they were all sudden and unexpected. And so remember to pray for Nanette and Preston and Tiffany and his other daughter, whose name escapes me right now. But that's why this week is hard for me. And yeah, he did pass in 2009, my late husband. And there's a lot surrounding his passing. He was a narcissist and there was a lot of abuse in the relationship. So on one hand, I feel really great that he's gone, that he can't hurt me anymore. On the other hand, I feel guilty for feeling that way because I did love him and I do miss him. But the reason that Valentine's Day and the 18th hit me so hard is he told me repeatedly, this was part of his abuse, but he told me that I was damaged and no one would ever love me. And it's I've been alone for quite a while now. And yeah, that just stuck with me. So this is a rough week, but Mardi Gras has always been a holiday in my life. And I'll talk quickly about Mardi Gras and then I'll let y'all go on. I thank you for coming in today. This is how I reach out when I need to talk. Like I said in my anger posts, which I did delete because they weren't true. I talk to myself all the time. So I love you too, Cricket. But Mardi Gras, I grew up on the Gulf Coast about 100 miles away from New Orleans. And New Orleans is the big Mardi Gras in the South, if you live down there. Gets a reputation of being wild drunken parties, which it can turn that way. But there is hi, Francisco, welcome in. Glad you're here. There's a side of it that is not the wild drunken nudity infested parties. It's a state holiday in Louisiana. Mardi Gras is. I grew up marching in the parades. Well, and Cricket, if you go to Mardi Gras, I would choose one of the towns in Mobile or on the Gulf Coast of Mississippi to go to rather than to go to New Orleans, because New Orleans can be. It's kind of like thinking about Woodstock. We look back on Woodstock Music Festival and think, oh my God, it would have been wonderful to be there. Well, not really. It was knee deep in mud. There were people everywhere. It was crowded. It was smelly. It was dirty. That's kind of what New Orleans Mardi Gras used to be like. The Port Orleans at Disney World. I was there in the early 90s and it was very themed and wonderful. They had a masthead from one of the floats. But I grew up with Mardi Gras. It was a holiday from school, mainly because we all had to march in the parades. I was a marching band, but also because it was a tradition. And Louisiana is a very, I don't know, it's a Catholic-based state. They have parishes instead of counties. And French Catholic influence is very strong with the Cajun people and everything. So I grew up with Mardi Gras, and where it comes from, Mardi Gras is based on Carnival. And Carnival, if you break it, means take away the meat. Well, Mardi Gras is always the Tuesday before Ash Wednesday. And in Catholic and liturgical religions, so you're Episcopalians, sometimes you're Lutherans, you're Methodists, they practice Lent, and Lent is the 40 weekdays before Easter where you fast. And so the day before you begin a 40 plus weekends, 40 days plus weekends fast, you got to use up everything in your pantry. Tomorrow for you, Cricket, it's Tuesday for us. And Mardi Gras means Fat Tuesday in French. And so you make a king cake. Bread, it uses milk and egg, rich bread. You make pancakes because you got to use up everything that is like yeast. You've got to use up all your eggs, your milk, your meat, all your animal products, and because you're going to fast on unleavened bread and beans and rice, and so you use up everything that is an animal product to get right before the feast. So Fat Tuesday, you feast and feast and feast, you eat up everything. And also, since you're giving up alcohol and partying and things like that, people indulge. We have the parades. We have king cakes. I love king cakes. I miss king cakes out here. And I have to interject. It's really hard to talk about all this in the snow. We've recently got about 6 to 8 inches of snow in the last 36 hours. And I had to run to the tree to pick up this stuff. And I wanted to show you this, though. This mask right here. I was going to make a mask today. But this I got at the Dollar Tree. Isn't this really beautiful? And this is real lace on the edges. It's so sparkly and it fits nice. It's got a really nice elastic band, really thick. It doesn't dig into your head. And yeah, so I just picked this up instead and said, go to your Dollar Tree. Go to the Dollar Tree. Yeah, it's beautiful, and it was $1. It was $1. I remember I made a mask for my oldest daughter. She went to the prom and it was masquerade themed, and I made a mask and she didn't like it, so I bought her one online and they charged $130 for that mask. It was worth it. But I look at this and think, oh my goodness, this was $1. The hat, I want to show you another hat real quick before I let you go. Yeah, I gotta find it though. No, that's not it. Here it is. This is a hat that I decorated. I bought the hat from, it's just a foam top hat, one of those craft foam top hats. And I painted gold on it. And I wrapped it with some more craft foam and painted that black. And then I got these little things. These are the things you use in upholstery. And they're just upholstery tacks, kind of. And I bent them on the inside. I did a cutout. Cut that all out by hand. And these are little brads that you use like on, I don't know, file folders and things to attach a couple, in portfolios and stuff. And then I put a nice big black rose on the back. But this is my Mardi Gras hat. I love it. Saints, New Orleans Saints. Anyway, this show is really disorganized today, and I'm sorry about that. The stuff threw me. Yes, Mardi Gras colors: red, purple, golden, green. Thank you. In an early incarnation of me, I used to make hats like that and sell them. Rachel, hi. How are you? Good to see you. Glad you're here. Coming up, I've decided I'm gonna start doing some fundraising for me. I want to wait till Pete's fundraisers all kind of die down because I don't want to compete with him. I have figured out that my son and I can visit Walt Disney World for about $4,000. That includes everything but our food. For $4,000. That's the airplane tickets, that's staying at Pop Century, that's our park tickets, park hopping park tickets for 4 or 5 days, and staying there for 7 days entirely for $4,000. So I'm trying to think of some ways I can do some fundraising to put that together so that my son and I can get down to Florida and beignets. Oh, yep. And actually, Cricket, I'll show you. It's beignets. Beignets. You can make beignets yourself. I've got several recipes, and I'll send them over to you. Oh, Rachel. Yeah, I already got mine from my secret bunny. I'm putting mine together for the person that I'm sending mine to. And I'm just gonna, follow what the person did for me. It was Carolyn Life, and she just went down the list of things that I liked. She had watched a couple of my videos, so she knew what I was into, and got me. I put up a video about it. You have heard of monkey bread or spoon bread, things like that. It's just a puff pastry that you mix up, you roll it out, you cut it into squares, you drop the squares into boiling oil, you deep fry the squares, and then put the powdered sugar on them. And we used to eat them at Cafe Du Monde. Anyway, it's coming up on 3 o'clock. I know other people are streaming. Provo Park Pass just went live with their Valentine's extravaganza. Thank you guys for showing up. My goodness, I am so sorry that my Streamlabs decided to be grumpy with me. And I hope this has come out a lot better. I will be back Wednesday, and we will do some songwriting on Wednesday. I will probably have new software on Wednesday. Maybe I'll go back to StreamYards. Yeah, maybe I'll go back to that. I don't know. My camera is going crazy. Anyway, I love you too, Cricket. I love you, Rachel. I love you, Carol. I love you, Stevie. I love you, Francisco. Thank you all for being here and sending me hug day. Pete Strong. I'm working on a song for him, a special song for him that I'm going to record and send to him. And the first line is, remember the last time you thought the world was ending. That's become a very strong phrase for me lately. Remember the last time you thought the world was ending, and it didn't. I love y'all. Peace and blessings upon you and all you love and all who love you. Find your passion, hang on to it, don't let it go. And yeah, take care. I'll see y'all Wednesday.